Hi YouTubers, it's Evan in the video now. So I'm smoking a big ass cigars and big ass cigar for life. I'm drinking some wine right now, so I want to talk about something very important right now. So this is another Rambles video. Another ramble. I know a lot of people like Fred like these rambles. So House of Keeping is a Padron cigar and a glass of red wine. He's 25.5 last time, almost 26. So I want to talk about basically making some certain choices. So basically, in this video, it might be a little bit on the controversial side. So don't take offense to this video if you take things too personally. Carl by. Don't take this offense to this. So if you're easily offended, in other words, don't watch this video. I want to talk about making some not so good choices. I want to talk about what my opinion is on this. So I want to talk about what I don't really get for the life of me. So, and basically, why do people make certain choices? I kind of talked about this before in a different video of mine, I think it was called. And basically, I just want to talk about, why do people make certain choices? Because the point of this video is, I guess, to sum it all up, is there's a difference between making a choice that's kind of like, okay, it's not very smart, versus like, why the hell would you do that? So let me give you some examples. Like, obviously, there's a difference between, okay, I pipe and cigar smoking, a big-ass cigar smoker when I was 18 years old. That's like, okay, it's not very healthy. Any doctor's going to tell you, smoking cigars, pipe, smoking anything, smoking any kind of tobacco product, or smoking anything is not healthy for you. But it's kind of like, okay, this is an adult hobby, you're over 18, you're over 21. Kind of like, let people make their own decisions. So I have a valid photo ID, I'm 25 and a half now, and I can present a valid photo ID, and I'm of legal age to drink and smoke. So obviously any doctor's going to tell you to quit smoking, but there's a difference between like smoking cigars and pipes versus like, okay, one day you chose to start doing meth. And you get the point. There's a difference between making a choice that's kind of like, okay, that might not be the smartest choice, versus like, that's just stupid. So that's the point of this video. Another great example is like, okay, Evan, or smoking acid, you're probably 30 or 40 pounds overweight. That's like, okay, being 30 or 40 pounds overweight is probably not the healthiest. But it's like, okay, Evan, one day you chose to become 350, 400 pounds. Big, big, big difference. So, you get the point. Because the amount of stress it puts on your heart, I'm not a doctor, obviously, not giving medical advice, but the kind of stress that being 350, 450 pounds puts on your heart, the amount of stress that being that grossly morbid obese puts in your heart is a big difference between being like 20 or 30 pounds overweight. And obviously people can, pick on me. They can say like, well, smoking acid, I want to be a ripped, muscly, foot-long, gym fetish person. That's just not me. So the point I'm trying to make is difference between making like a small mistake versus a big mistake. Do you think there's a big difference? Because, I chose to become a tobacco pipe and tobacco cigar smoker when I was 18 years old, and now I'm technically addicted to nicotine at almost 26 years old. And while that's not like, okay, you're probably going to die at 30 years old of a heart attack from being that, being a current everyday pipe and cigar smoker, it's like any doctor's going to tell you in their right mind, that's not healthy, that can potentially lead long-term to like mouth cancer or gum cancer or gum disease. And obviously, it's not great that you drink alcohol on top of that, because it increases your risk of oral cancer and throat cancer even higher. But it's not like I started when I was 13 years old. You get the point. Like, wow, smoking Essie is really dumb. He's 12 years old, and he's smoking 10 cigars a day. That's, like, not only dumb, that's basically, like, for the parents, that's neglect. So that's when, like, Child Protective Services get involved and, take the kid away. So the point I'm trying to make after 4 minutes of rambling, or 4.5 minutes of rambling, is, do you think it's a big difference between making like a small mistake or a big mistake? I just want to give you your thoughts. So, because there's a difference between being like, okay, Evan is, or smoking acid me, because my name is Evan, big ass cigar for life. Okay, I am 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight versus 250 pounds overweight. And people can pick on me and say, like, okay, smoking acid, you don't win any beauty contests, you're not a ripped, muscly gym fetish person. But in actuality, I'm only 230 pounds. So actually, I'm less than that now. I'm probably more like 225 pounds. And for people who are hoping this is going to be a gay gym fetish channel, absolutely not. Big ass cigar for life. So, this is not a gym fetish channel. This is not a channel about how guys work out. This is not a jocks channel. So, it's like, you get the point. The point I'm trying to make is, do you think there's a big difference between making small mistakes versus big mistakes? Versus, 20 pounds overweight versus 100 pounds overweight? Difference between, being, say, being like, a pack-a-day smoker versus like a occasional pipe and cigar smoker. You get the point, because there's a difference between things that are a big deal versus a small deal. So, and obviously, people have a right to make their own decision at a certain point when you're an adult. We get the point. Anyway, big ass cigar for life. Bye. Big ass cigar for life.